two, three things have been asked, bundled together by Rishi. First is, why do we call it falling in love? Second is, why not rising in love? Second, why must love be eternal? At any point in time, if you are really present, where are you? Right now, you are, if you are really attentive, then you are here, in this moment. Right now you are just present, in this moment. Tomorrow, at some point, if you are really present, where would you be? In this moment, because at that moment you would call it this moment. So what is eternal? This moment. Isn't it obvious? This moment is eternity. At any point in time, this moment is always there. This moment is eternal, nothing else is. Past and future and time are not eternal. The present is eternal. It sounds contradictory, doesn't it? That how can this moment be eternal? But think of it. Aren't you always in this moment? At any point in time, if you are attentive, you are in this moment. That is what is meant by the eternity of love. That love immerses you in this moment. Eternity of love does not mean 8 years and 10 years and 20 years and 7 janam. All that is foolishness. All that is insecurity of the mind. Because you are not sure that your wife will stay with you. You think she is going to run away with the neighbor. So you make her swear that you will be with me for 7 more births. That is not love. That is just like, yes, you take a cow and you tether her using a very strong rope of contract and religion, an oath. That's not love. Eternity is this moment. You get this clearly. Eternity is right now. Love does not bother for tomorrow. And if you are bothering for tomorrow, rest assured it's not love, it's something else. When you are hugging somebody, at that moment, if you are still thinking what will happen tomorrow, then God save you and that person. If you are still calculating what to do tomorrow, what day after, or planning out, now that we have come this close, the next hour is going to be very fanciful. This is not love, for sure. Love does not bother for the next moment. But that is real love. The kind of love that we know is falling in love. Yesterday I was listening to somebody who speaks really well. And he said that it's not a coincidence that all cultures have established heaven upstairs and hell downstairs, patal. Hinduism, Jainism, Christianity, Islam. Hell is always here, falling downwards, and heaven is always there. This direction going down has a particular significance. I can bring to you in two ways. First is, why do things come down? Why do I throw this up and it will come down. Why? Gravity. And what is gravity? Attraction of material to material. Attraction of mass to mass. When mass attracts mass, then things are said to be falling down. So when a female mass attracts a male mass, then that is falling in love. Because it is just mass. 45 kilograms attracting 60 kilograms. And you know, men often deliberately look for mass. So do women. That's why so many people go to the gym to get some mass. That's attractive too. And mass attracting mass is gravity. That's what is falling down. When body attracts body, that is falling in love. Mass is body, right? When body attracts body, that is falling in love, like gravity. Mass attracting mass. Our love is that. Hormonal attraction. Mass attracting mass. That's why a particular age comes and you just start slipping and falling and bathing and wallowing in love. All kinds of things starts happening. Why don't you fall in love at the age of 6? Why does it have to happen at 16? And it happens with everybody at 16. First crush. Don't you know why it happens? Hormones, nothing else. It's not love at all. It's just mass attracting mass. The boy is gathering mass, the girl is gathering some mass, and the mass is attracting mass. Gravity. Not really gravity. It does not follow that law, Gm1 m2 by r square. But it's still material attracting material. So, upwards and downwards. Several traditions have looked at this upwards and downwards in another way. Classically in India, you call it Urdhagaman and Adhogaman. Urdhagaman means going upside, Adhogaman means falling down. They say that in the body, what is the highest? This, the mind, the intelligence. If your love arises from Urdhagaman, the highest point in the body, then it is rising in love. If your love is intelligence, then it is rising in love. But if it arises from a point that is a little lower down, then it is falling in love. Urdhagaman, this is rising in love. This is falling in love. You have to find out where does your love arise from. Here or there. For most of us, love has nothing to do with this. We say it's arising from here. It's not arising from here. It's actually arising from a place a little more southwards. And you remove all the arrangement in that place and the love will disappear. Remove your hormones, remove all your reproductive system, and your love will disappear. That's why it is called falling in love. Because it is arising from the lowermost it is not coming from your highest potentiality. It is coming from your basement. It is coming from your basement. That's why it is called falling in love. One can rise in love, yes. And in true love, one does rise. One does rise. If you do not rise in love, it is not love. It is something else. Call it attraction, call it attachment, call it lust, call it insecurity. If it is really love, you will rise in it. And that's one of the very fast ways to check whether it is really love or something else. And because all of you are in that age, let me disclose it. If being with a fellow makes you fearless, makes you less and less conditioned, makes you think less and less about the future, frees you of attachment, then it probably is love. But if your love is about being more attached, more possessive, jealous, insecure, lustful, then it is falling in love, it is nothing else. You have to find out what is the quality of your love. Find out what is the quality of your love. If there are conditions attached, it cannot be rising in love. So rising in love is possible. Would you rise in love? I didn't get a quick yes. It's scary, right? Rising in love? Yes? Or falling in love? Animals fall in love. Human beings don't. Animals fall greatly in love. So that dog that chased Virajita, that dog may find a bitch and the two can fall in love. And we often see that in the mating season on the roads, how they fall in love. That is falling in love. And that makes Virajita all the more afraid. I knew it was a violent dog. See what it is doing. And she runs even faster. Love is not your Facebook status. Love is not a thing of display. Love is not about having something to claim that I am also engaged with somebody, I am not totally worthless. What do you think? Only you can have a boyfriend? See, I have two. Love is not that. Whom are you fooling? Love is not that we have stayed together for 6 years, so there is this habituation to each other and we have started calling it love. That is not love. Love is not about this, that I must love XYZ because I have been told that you must love, so I am loving. Love is not a duty. Love is not a responsibility, not a burden. If it doesn't free you, it is not love.
So in that case, it need not be just restricted to one person at all. It can branch out to as many people with whom you may or may not share this feeling.
See, at this moment, can you listen to me and a parallel speaker? So at one particular moment, and that moment is eternity, you cannot be with two people. At one particular moment, but at the same time, a loving mind is a cause of wellness to everybody. A loving mind is non-violent. A loving mind does not choose objects that this is my object of love and these are not my objects of love. A loving mind will not say that towards this preferred object of love, this preferred man or woman, I am going to be nice and kind and loving and careful, and towards everybody else I am going to be violent and hateful. My own kid, so I am going to take good care of. I'll do everything for this kid. The best possible clothing, the best kind of food. And just outside the gate, there are these 3 kids, all 2-year-old, starving to death, freezing to death, and I won't do anything for them. Love is a light that reaches out to everybody. Of course, those who are close to you, they'll get it the most. Those who are far away, they won't really receive it. But then you are not being selective. If I'm saying something to you, I do not want to exclude others from it. It's just that some of you are within my physical range. So you are getting what I'm trying to say. Those who are not within my physical range, they will not get what I'm saying. But I'm not choosing my objects. Those who are living in the same house as I do, they'll get the maximum out of my love. Those who are not living in the same house as I do, they'll probably receive less. But I am not trying to choose. It's just a question of physical limitation. You are here, you are close, so you are getting something. Those who are not present at all, they cannot get anything. But I'm not really trying to be object specific. I'm not really trying to be person specific. That I want to benefit her and I don't want to benefit him. I don't mean that. No. It's for everybody. Just like this light. Is this light choosing where to fall? The lights are illuminating the entire auditorium. But what can the poor lights do if someone doesn't enter the auditorium? The lights cannot illuminate. Or the lights have to be sun-like. But even the sun has its limitations. You go and hide in a cave, even the poor sun can't do anything. Can the sun illuminate you if you go and hide in a cave? But the sun is trying to give its best to everybody. Remember, everybody. Not just one particular person or object. Same is the nature of love for everybody. But someone receives it and someone doesn't receive it. You want to give it to everybody. But you have physical limitations. You have physical limitations.